Hi, my name is Chris Higgins, and I welcome you to enjoy my Chapter 3 Understanding My Community presentation. My community is Otis Bison School District, USD 403, which is located in Rush County, Kansas, basically right in the middle between Hays and Great Bend. Customs and traditions. We have 6 separate towns that make up our school district, and the towns are very, very small. We have Loretta, which has 15, Bison, 225, Timken, 82, Otis, which is where our high school and elementary school are located. The population is 323, Albert, 173, and Olmutz, 131. All of those towns are in Rush County except for Albert and Olmutz, and they lie on the western side of Barton County. We are a conservative community. We value church, family, religion, those sorts of things. Local businesses in our school district itself are very slim. We have a few banks and restaurants. However, if you needed to buy groceries, you would have to travel at least 10 to 30 miles to a town out of our school district in order to purchase groceries. We are a rural community. For the most part, a good part of us are farmers. However, there are more of us that work in the healthcare and educational field, and usually those are out of our school district. Policy and curriculum are determined by the teachers and the Board of Education, and it usually centers on student needs. For the most part, change is accepted. However, getting all staff on board with those changes are challenging at times, especially with the rollout of the one-to-one iPads. We've had some difficulty in getting all teachers to buy into using those devices in the classroom. Traditions at our school would include the annual homecoming parade and then the county fair that takes place in the summertime. Education level. There are at least 34% of our population that have a high school diploma. Some that have a college courses on top of that would be 29%. And then those that have a post-high school degree rank in the 25% range. So about a fourth of our population hold a post-high school degree. Age range, we have 19% under the age of 18, 59% between the ages of 18 and 65, and those that are 65 and older would be around 22%. I see those numbers changing and being more heavy on the bottom because we just aren't having the people come back to our community and raise their kids and so forth. So I expect the under 18 years old to decline and 65 and older to increase as the years go on. Gender-wise, we're just about 50-50 males to females here in Rush County. Occupation, education and healthcare make up 1/4 of our population. Manufacturing and construction, 18, and then agriculture, 12. So between those 3 things, most of us are employed in those areas. The race in our community, we are 97.2% white and 2.5% Hispanic. Communication channels. Because our district is spread out so far among so many towns, we utilize at least 6 radio stations in Hays and Great Bend. There might even be one in Larned, I believe. Also, we have 3 television stations that the school announcements will be posted on with inclement weather or something like that. One station is out of Great Bend, one out of Hays, and then one out of Wichita. Newspapers, we have 3 newspapers that cover us on a regular basis. Rush County News, which is in our neighboring town, La Crosse. They're very good about printing whatever we need in the newspapers. The Hays Daily News and the Great Bend Tribune both follow our sports and do a good job of representing our school. There is very little foreign language impact in our district. We do have one family that is Hispanic and speak Spanish in the home and so forth. And so if we need an interpreter, we have one available, and that works out just nice for us. For the most part, people get their official news by television or newspaper. Otherwise, it's by word of mouth, and you can take that one with a grain of salt. Community groups. Standard 5 focuses on developing a caring school community, and this is extremely important for us because of the 6 communities that make up our district, and it's very important that we try to include all in the process. We don't want to make any one town feel singled out or left out of the decision-making process. Community groups, we have the Otis Lions Club for our town there. School district-wise, policy is determined by the administration. Curriculum is determined by individual teachers, and the school board and influential parents basically dominate school politics. In our school, we have Big Brothers Big Sisters, KAYS, which is the Kansas Association of Youth, SAD, Students Against Destructive Decisions, and STUCO, which is the Student Council. Those are just a few of the organizations that our students can participate in. As far as concerns facing our district, we have two: declining enrollment and low socioeconomic issues. And the other one is, state funding. Where's that going to be coming down the pike and in the future? As far as leadership, the town, which our two schools are located in, Otis, they have a mayor-council system of government, one mayor and 5 council members. Rush County itself is a commission, and they have 3 county commissioners. Otis Bison USD 403, we have a school board, which includes a president and 6 board members. We have the superintendent, high school principal, and then our elementary school principal, which is a part-time position. People who are influenced are the patrons of our town, our district, or our community. And for the most part, I don't really see social status as making an impact on the decisions. I think we try to do a good job of including all ideas in meetings and so forth. Community leaders. One nice thing about our community leaders is that all of them are easily accessible. Their personal numbers are posted as contact information in several different areas. They're local, they're familiar with our local issues, with farming and that type of thing, and how the weather can impact the economy, so forth. Leaders are familiar with sources outside of our district that are available to assist us if needed, like KASB or state offices, things like that. For the most part, leaders are allowed to express their feelings, as long as the issue was not discussed in executive session of the school board meeting. For the most part, it's pretty open, and communication lines are utilized. Our unemployment rate is 4.10%, which is up slightly from the state average. Our median household income is $41,000. Land is used for agricultural purposes, growing wheat, corn, milo, soybeans, so forth. The percent of the property value is 1.29%. The median value of a home in Rush County is $50,000 in 2009. That is up from $33,000 in the year 2000. The median property tax in Kansas is $1,625. In Rush County, it is $752. Income tax is figured at 2.69%, and our sales tax is 6.150. In our community, education and politics are very much intertwined. Aid to my district from the state allows for both low and declining enrollment, are very important to the operation of our schools. According to Mary Pilcher Cook, the state senator of the 10th district, 55% of our state's budget is spent on K-12 schools, and on average, Kansas schools receive somewhere around $12,670 per pupil. However, they spend $12,330 per pupil to educate our students. State aid to education is projected to decrease in the upcoming years. I see ISSLC Standard 4 as a must in order to be focused on emerging issues which impact school and community. School funding is one such issue. Finally, it's important that we know the social tensions that make up our community. Due to the lack of diversity in our community, interracial confrontation is basically non-existent. Our community does not have gangs. However, in our neighboring community, 20 miles away, gang activity is an issue. Cliques in our school district do exist, and they usually align themselves with one of the 6 towns in our district. Our community does do an excellent job of welcoming all people to our school. However, sometimes those who belong to the low socioeconomic group are viewed as lazy and taking advantage of the system. The causes I guess, of these feelings in our district would be related to class structure. Thank you.